Yeah, well, the more the better, said Moody darkly. We're your guard, Potter. Welcome, curious minds, to Artificially Literate. This is your space where books, films, big ideas, they don't just meet, they really converge.
Exactly.
Every episode, we dive into something significant, maybe a piece of literature, maybe a film, maybe something cultural, and we try to break down, well, what it means, literally, and maybe philosophically, too.
Right. Peeling back the layers.
So if you love stories, or if you're just looking for deeper meaning, or maybe you just like a good takeaway thought, this is definitely your space to think, learn, and maybe see things a little differently.
Hopefully.
And today, we are taking a full plunge into J.K. Rowling's massive fifth installment, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
The big one.
The big one. And it's such a shift, isn't it? The tone gets darker. We're talking disillusionment, secret warfare, this heavy burden of truth Harry's carrying.
Absolutely. And it's fascinating, like you said, it's the longest book by far, but the movie, one of the shortest.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Which just means, well, it means loads of amazing stuff got left behind.
Yeah, inevitably. And that's really our mission today, isn't it? For this deep dive into Order of the Phoenix. We want to unpack this really complex story. We'll look at the key events, obviously, those quotes that just stick with you, but also really dig into the differences,
Yeah.
the book versus the film.
Yeah, the gaps.
The gaps, exactly. We'll trace Harry's emotional roller coaster, and it is a roller coaster in this one.
Oh, definitely.
We'll explore the whole idea behind the resistance, Dumbledore's army, all that, and just highlight the insights that make this story still feel so relevant, so resonant.
So get ready, folks. We're going to look at this world, but maybe a little differently. Connect the magic to, well, the real struggles of truth versus denial.
Yeah, should be good.
Okay, so let's kick off with Harry's summer privet drive. It's just awful, isn't it? The book throws you right into that isolation, that hopelessness after the Triwizard Tournament.
Yeah.
There's that quote. Harry felt a dull, sinking sensation in his stomach. And before he knew it, the feeling of hopelessness that had plagued him all summer rolled over him once again.
You just feel it.
You really do. He's completely cut off.
Trapped with the Dursleys, who are just willfully ignorant about everything he's been through. And the letters from Ron and Hermione, they're so vague, right? Can't say much.
Oh, those letters are infuriating. In case they go astray. You can understand Harry's frustration. He's seen Cedric die, faced Voldemort.
And now he's getting these non-updates while they're apparently off having secret meetings. It's maddening. He feels so forgotten.
Yeah, the book really details that simmering resentment. He even throws away their chocolates at one point, then regrets it. It shows his desperation.
And the nightmares. Constantly revisiting the graveyard, trying not to think about it. Even Sirius's letters, trying to be reassuring, kind of land wrong.
Right, keep your nose clean. Easier for Sirius to say, Harry thinks. Exactly. He's hiding in flower beds, trying to overhear the Muggle news for any hint of Voldemort. It's not just loneliness. It's like Rowling is showing how isolation feeds doubt, makes you question everything.
That's a great point. Because he is doubting himself. He hears a noise, thinks apparition, maybe Dobby, then immediately thinks, no, I'm just overreacting.
Yep.
Which makes the actual Dementor attack even more shocking. Right there, in Little Whinging.
Totally unexpected. And the Dursleys' reaction in the book, pure panic. Aunt Petunia shaking Dudley.
Checking if his soul is rattling. Vernon blustering. It's gold.
And Harry uses the Patronus, saves them, and bang. Ministry detects underage magic, expulsion letter, hearing.
Yeah.
The whole system comes down on him.
Instantly, the film shows the attack, sure, but it condenses that immediate Dursley panic and Harry trying to explain Dementors. Yeah. The book lets you really feel their terror, their denial just crumbling.
Yeah, it's that truth versus ignorance thing right from the start. And then, just as he feels totally screwed, Mrs. Fig shows up.
Oh, the Mrs. Fig reveal. Brilliant.
Right. Reveals she's a squib, working for Dumbledore the whole time. Dumbledore's orders. I was to keep an eye on you but not say anything. You were too young. Imagine hearing that.
It just flips everything. Suddenly, he wasn't completely alone. It confirms Dumbledore is watching, even if it felt like he wasn't.
And she's furious about Mundungus Fletcher abandoning his post.
Yeah, that Mundungus dereliction of duty, it immediately signals bigger dangers, higher stakes. Dumbledore's worried.
Which leads straight into the rescue mission, doesn't it? The advance guard showing up.
Yes. Moody, Tonks, Lupin, Kingsley. Quite the welcome committee.
Seriously. And their method, the fake lawn competition to get the Dursleys out.
Classic Dumbledore touch, isn't it? Subtle manipulation. You can just picture Vernon's face later.
Totally. And the security checking Harry's identity with a Patronus. Quick. Essential.
Shows the level of threat. They can't take chances. And the broomstick journey, because the flu network, port keys, they're all monitored. They have to go off-grid.
Right. And they take him to Grimmauld Place, number 12.
Ugh, Grimmauld Place.
Not exactly the warm, cozy burrow, is it? Filthy, doxy-infested creature the house elf skulking around. It feels heavy, oppressive.
Definitely. And Sirius hates it there. You feel his resentment being trapped in the house he ran away from now as a fugitive.
He mentions the security, though. Unplottable, Dumbledore's added protections. Safer than anywhere, maybe. But safe isn't happy, is it?
No, not at all. It's like a gilded cage. And that feeling gets amplified when they see the Black family tapestry.
Oh, yeah. Chilling. That visual representation of pure-blood mania.
Absolutely. Sirius burned off it. Regulus Black's story joined the Death Eaters, died mysteriously. Bellatrix Lestrange and her husband, all there, a gallery of darkness.
The film shows it, but the book gives you so much more of Sirius talking about it, the history, the ideology behind it all.
And Creature. Apparently he was almost cut from the film.
Was he really?
Yeah, but Rowling insisted he stay because he's important later. Shows how layered the book is. Those details matter.
They really do build the world. Okay, so from Grimmauld Place, it's off to the Ministry for the hearing. The telephone box entrance, brilliant.
Quirky, yeah.
And then the atrium itself. The book describes it so vividly polished floors, blue ceiling with gold symbols, and that huge fountain of magical brethren.
Ah, the fountain, the wizard, the witch, the goblin, centaur, house elf, all looking up adoringly.
Such propaganda, right. Especially given what Harry's about to face. The contrast is stark.
Immediately. Fudge, Umbridge, Amelia Bones, ready to railroad him, and Percy Weasley as the Scrod.
Ouch. That personal betrayal must sting.
Definitely. Fudge starts with that booming official voice. Disciplinary hearing of the 12th of August into offenses committed by Harry James Potter. It's all about appearances, about Fudge denying Voldemort's return to keep his job.
He's so aggressive about it. Desperate, almost.
But then Dumbledore arrives.
And just walks in, calm as anything.
Missed the memo about the time change, he says. Luckily arrived 3 hours early.
Such a Dumbledore move. Undermining Fudge without even trying, seemingly.
Exactly. He defends Harry, explains the Dementors, gets him cleared, but Harry still feels isolated, unjustly treated.
Yeah, he wishes Dumbledore would just look at him, talk to him properly. But Dumbledore's keeping that distance.
Deliberately, yeah. For protection, supposedly. The film does the trial tension well, but the book really gives you Harry's internal anxiety, his anger, the politics of it all.
And that feeling follows him back to Hogwarts. Things feel different.
Definitely a new regime feel. Hagrid's missing from the feast.
Right, hinting at his mission. And Harry's seeing the Thestrals for the first time.
Ah, the Thestrals. Such a powerful visual metaphor, isn't it? Only visible if you've seen death. A constant reminder of Cedric.
And his whole perspective shifting. Then the Sorting Hat song. It's not the usual stuff about houses.
No, it's a warning. For our Hogwarts is in danger from external deadly foes, and we must unite inside her, or we'll crumble from within. Dire stuff.
Sets a really anxious tone right away. The threat isn't just outside anymore.
And the source of the internal threat arrives in pink. Dolores Umbridge.
Ugh. The description alone. Toad-like. That simpering voice.
Sickeningly sweet, but pure malice underneath. And she's the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Ministry interference, clear as day.
And her curriculum. Theory only. No practical magic. Control the narrative. Suppress the truth about Voldemort.
Naturally, Harry clashes with her immediately. He can't not speak the truth.
But it isolates him further, doesn't it? The Daily Prophet is running this whole smear campaign.
Yeah, Harry the liar, Dumbledore the senile old fool. And you see it affecting the students. Seamus Finnegan's mom believes the prophet.
Leads to that big row in the dormitory. Shows how propaganda can break friendships.
But then you have Neville and Ernie Macmillan standing up for Harry. Neville saying his gran always believed Voldemort would return.
Takes real guts to do that, when the official line is so strong against it.
Absolutely. Umbridge isn't just a pantomime villain. She's bureaucratic evil. Control, denial, chipping away at truth. The film shows her being awful, but the book details the prophet's campaign, the student reactions. It's more insidious.
Yeah, you feel that creeping dread much more. Okay, so things look pretty bleak, but then this is where the fight back starts, right? Dumbledore's army.
Yes. The spark of rebellion. And it starts with Hermione, naturally.
Of course it does. She realizes Umbridge's lessons are completely useless. Theory won't stop Voldemort.
They need practical defense, which leads them to the Hogshead.
The Hog's Head.
Yeah.
Definitely not the 3 broomsticks. Described as dingy, dirty, smells like goats.
Huh. Not exactly headquarters material, but it shows they have to operate in the shadows now. Underground resistance.
And Hermione, again, being pragmatic, insists on a signed list. It's risky.
Yeah, she frames it as a contract, almost. I also think we all ought to agree not to shout about what we're doing, so if you sign, you're agreeing not to tell Umbridge or anybody else.
It's a real commitment. Signing your name is a big deal there.
Definitely. And not everyone's keen, remember. Zachariah Smith is skeptical. Ernie Macmillan worries about being a prefect. Shows the different levels of buy-in.
True. But then Ginny Weasley comes up with the name.
Dumbledore's Army. DA, for short.
Brilliant. Turns the Ministry's paranoia right back on them. Uses their fear as a weapon.
It's genius. And Harry steps up as teacher, reluctantly at first.
Yeah, but he's good at it. Teaching Expelliarmus, the spell that saved his life, it's a great moment for him, finding that leadership role. Now, before we get deeper into Harry's mind games and the rest, just a quick reminder. Please do follow Artificially Literate wherever you listen. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. It helps us keep digging into these stories you love.
Right, so moving from that external defiance, we go internal with occlumency.
Yeah, Dumbledore's worried about Harry's dreams, right? The corridor, the black door, and the Department of Mysteries.
And that terrifying vision of Mr. Weasley being attacked by the snake from the snake's point of view.
Chilling. Dumbledore thinks Voldemort is exploiting the connection, manipulating Harry.
Exactly. So how do you defend your mind? Enter Snape.
Ugh. Snape teaching occlumency, the magical art of closing your mind.
And his methods are, well, brutal. Driven by that old grudge against James Potter, it makes the lessons incredibly personal and hostile.
Yeah. And then Harry accidentally sees Snape's memory, James bullying him.
That's a huge moment. Seeing his dad wasn't perfect, seeing Snape's pain, it complicates everything. Shatters those heroic ideals Harry had.
Totally. And Snape's quote sums up his teaching style, or lack thereof. Then prove it. Master yourself. Control your anger. Discipline your mind. We shall try again. Legilimens. Just pure antagonism.
A film shows the conflict well, visually, but the book dives so much deeper into Harry's internal turmoil about his dad, Snape's bitterness. It's more nuanced.
And while all this is happening internally, externally, chaos erupts with the Azkaban breakout.
Right, mass escape, Bellatrix Lestrange is out, and Fudge blames Sirius Black, of course.
Of course, more denial, more misdirection, sticking to the script.
It's a pattern. Meanwhile, Umbridge is consolidating power at Hogwarts. High Inquisitor now.
Giving her power to inspect teachers, sack them. Poor Trelawney gets the boot first.
Predictable, maybe. But the real tension is her inspecting McGonagall.
Oh, yeah. McGonagall's quiet defiance, her dignity. I do not generally permit people to talk when I am talking. Yes, Minerva.
It's a masterclass in resisting with integrity, but Umbridge keeps pushing, and eventually the DA gets exposed.
Marietta Edgecombe, Cho's friend. She betrays them.
Under duress, yeah. Which leads to Dumbledore taking the fall to protect everyone.
That dramatic escape with Fawkes just reinforces the Ministry's view of him as a troublemaker.
And Umbridge becomes headmistress. A truly dark time for Hogwarts. The book really details all her educational decrees, the slow crushing of freedom. The film shows the tyranny, but less of the bureaucratic detail.
You miss the gloom. Fred George.
Ah, the Weasley twins' grand exit.
Epic. Turning the corridor into a swamp, flying out on their brooms.
I think we've outgrown full-time education.
Yeah, I've been feeling that way myself. Classic. It's pure joy, pure defiance. It's exactly. Off to start their joke shop. Both book and film nail the spectacle, but the book gives you that extra bit of their excitement for the future, a real breath of fresh air.
Much needed. Speaking of needing air, let's talk Hagrid's mission. He comes back, all beaten up.
Yeah, reveals he was off trying to recruit the Giants with Madame Maxime.
A perilous journey. He describes the Giants' brutal world, the infighting, the rise of this ruthless Goldomath.
Wearing the old leader's helmet and a necklace of bones. Grim.
And they ran into Death Eaters like McNair, also trying to recruit the Giants. They didn't succeed in bringing any back, but Hagrid hopes they planted a seed.
That quote captures his determination. Well, we hadn't gone all that way to give up after 2 days. You went down with the next present. Shows Dumbledore's trying everything, reaching out to everyone.
Desperate measures. Then Firenze, the centaur, takes over divination.
Right, and he warns Harry that Hagrid's attempt is not working.
A cryptic hint about Grop, Hagrid's giant half-brother, who we haven't met yet. More secrets, more foreshadowing.
The book gives so much detail about the giants, the mission's dangers, the ethical stuff, much more than the film could show.
Yeah, the film focuses more on Grup's introduction. The book really expands the world, the complexity of the war, Dumbledore's fighting behind the scenes. It's messy.
It really is.
And as we head towards the climax, that Sirius quote feels so right. Yes, but the world isn't split into good people and Death Eaters. It captures the gray areas, the complexity we've been seeing.
Perfectly sets up the difficult choices and blurred lines ahead. Okay, so that quote really echoes in the final act, doesn't it? Because Harry gets tested constantly. Those visions of the Department of Mysteries get worse.
More intense.
Culminating in that awful vision of Sirius being tortured by Voldemort. It feels so real to him.
Utterly convincing. And despite Dumbledore's warnings about occlumency, about being manipulated, Harry has to act.
His loyalty, right. It's his strength, but also his weakness here. He's convinced, because they're real, Hermione Sirius is trapped. We're the only ones who can save him.
That desperation drives the DA to go on this incredibly dangerous rescue mission, shows their loyalty to him too.
They follow him into the Ministry, and navigating that place, wow, the rotating room with all the doors.
Hermione smartly marking them with fire X's so they don't get totally lost. Quick thinking.
We've had the brain room. Ron getting attacked by a brain with tentacles.
Yeah, that whole sequence is bizarre and terrifying, makes him babble nonsense. The film cut that entirely, probably for time.
Shame. It really showed how weird and dangerous the Ministry's hidden depths were. And the locked room from his dreams. They can't open it. Hints at something powerful inside.
Something deeply secret, which leads them to the Hall of Prophecies.
Vast, silent shelves towering with glowing orbs. Feels like fate is stored there. The film captures the look, the labyrinth feel.
But the book gives you more of the disorientation, the specific threats in each room, the sheer panic of being lost and hunted. It feels more visceral.
And then Lucius Malfoy appears. The ambush.
And the horrible reveal. Voldemort sent the vision. It was all a trap to get Harry there.
To retrieve that specific prophecy about him and Voldemort. The reason Voldemort tried to kill him as a baby.
Lucius explains Voldemort can't get it himself without revealing he's back. Bellatrix even mocks the Ministry's denial. The Dark Lord walk into the Ministry when they are so sweetly ignoring his return.
It's chilling. The manipulation, using Harry's love for Sirius against him.
And then the battle kicks off. DA versus Death Eaters. It's brutal.
Yeah, this isn't schoolyard stuff. Hermione gets hit by Dolohof's curse. Neville's wand breaks. They're outmatched. It's terrifyingly real.
Shows their bravery, but also the harsh reality of fighting experienced killers. But just when it looks hopeless.
The Order arrives. Dumbledore, Sirius, Lupin, Tonks, Kingsley, Moody.
Turning the tide. Dumbledore especially is just phenomenal, taking down Death Eaters left and right. But then, the tragedy.
Sirius, fighting Bellatrix, laughing, then hit by her curse.
And he falls. Falls through that shimmering veil in the archway.
Gone. Just like that. The book describes it so starkly. The second jet of light hit him squarely on the chest. The laughter had not quite died from his face, but his eyes widened in shock.
The abruptness is devastating.
Harry's reaction. Pure grief, then pure rage. Chasing Bellatrix, wanting revenge, he almost uses an unforgivable curse.
It's raw, heartbreaking, shows him right on the edge. Both book and film make Sirius's death incredibly impactful, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
But the book gives you more time inside Harry's head afterwards. His disbelief, expecting Sirius to just reappear from behind the veil, the agonizing slowness of it sinking in.
Yeah, the film has to move quicker, so some of that raw denial gets compressed. It's a moment that just changes Harry fundamentally.
Absolutely. And the aftermath? Harry's consumed by guilt, sorrow. Then Dumbledore finally explains everything. The prophecy.
Neither can live while the other survives.
And why Dumbledore kept him in the dark trying to protect him, but maybe making things worse. It's a huge moment for Harry, understanding his destiny, the weight of it all.
And seeing Dumbledore as fallible, too. Not just this all-knowing figure.
Exactly. It forces Harry to grow up fast. But even amidst all that grief, there are small moments. The Order escorting Harry back to Privet Drive.
That final confrontation with the Dursleys, Moody basically threatening them. A small win.
A very small win. And the news about Fred and George thriving with their joke shop. New dragon skin jackets.
Right. A little spark of light showing life goes on, rebellion can succeed in its own way.
So looking back at this whole deep dive, Order of the Phoenix is really about that painful shift from innocence to experience, isn't it?
Totally. The burden of leadership, truth versus denial. Harry deals with so much. Anger, grief, politics, war. It forces him to mature.
And it highlights chosen family, the dangers of manipulation, the strength in unity even when you lose people. It really asks, how do you stand up when everyone tells you you're wrong? How do you keep fighting after loss?
Yeah. How do you keep fighting? It leaves you thinking.
Which brings us back to another serious quote, really summing up that spirit of defiance, the need to be prepared.
Well, better expelled and able to defend yourselves than sitting safely in school without a clue.
Precisely. As we wrap up this deep dive into Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, there's just so much there about Harry's journey, about leadership, and fundamentally about sticking to the truth, even when it's hard, even when you're silenced.
Yeah, it really stays with you. The resilience needed.
It does. It's a powerful story about facing overwhelming odds.
Well, thank you for joining us on Artificially Literate. We really hope this chat gave you some new perspectives, maybe made you want to pick up the book again, or for the first time.
Definitely worth revisiting.
You can find more of our deep dives into books, films, all sorts of interesting stuff by checking out our other episodes. Please do follow Artificially Literate wherever you listen, and stay tuned for our next book adventure.
See you next time.
Until then, remember, feed your brain, starve your inner fool.